Vishy, game 6 of the match was the first decisive game and the only decisive one. Did you love that game?
Yes, I mean, this was really a classic, and I think this one game was the price of entrance for the whole match. Where to begin? The opening itself was interesting. Pawn sack, Magnus played knight b2, then Jan found b5, knight b4, bishop d7, equalized fully. He could have equalized in many ways. He could have taken to the queen, he could have done this, he could have done that. Then, I think at a certain moment, of course, Magnus wasn't better and he wasn't trying to. He was trying to just keep the position going. But both of them, I thought there were a lot of sensible things they could do, but they never did it. It seems like somewhat deep down they wanted to fight. And then this between move 30 and 40, so many blunders. I don't know why Jan didn't take on b4 two times.
Yeah.
I think Magnus's wins were harder. Honestly, they're not easy. Rook c5 and then these rook d7, c7 taking on f7 ideas are not at all easy. And the king will escape normally. Only a computer will find a way to stop the king escaping. So I think Magnus's missed opportunities were harder, but Jan had two easy ones. Just bishop takes b4 and bishop e7, the first one. Second one he has to see queen g4, but first one he just even had to calculate. And then why he blundered with queen e4.
The rook a3.
If you wait with the rook, he goes back to h7, then he comes to h6, h7, h6, h7 is a draw.
Yeah, like knight c2, bishop e5 is there, so...
Yes, knight c2, bishop e5, and you have to go back, and I go back, and nothing to be done. So, or I think even queen d3 is possible, because knight thing bishop e5, but anyway. So, and then we got to this ending, and at first we thought, okay, that is a draw. Then we realized that actually it's unpleasant, because once you put the knight on e2 and f4 and rook f, I think maybe h5 drops on this side. But Jan defended all this very well, and once again it became a draw. Then again when we tried to find a draw, we couldn't find one, because it's very hard. It's typical Magnus. He's able to coordinate these pieces, which are very hard to coordinate. He somehow gets there. And then the final was just the thing. So finally Jan allowed this rook f7, rook d7, a7. Yeah. And that is a draw, but it's not a pleasant. It's not a draw for humans. It's a draw for computers. But Jan found even that he managed to find h4 take, come back. I give full credit to Magnus for playing knight g1 e2. It doesn't change the evaluation at all, but this is the sort of plan that wins games, because he understood the knight belongs on g3. Even that doesn't change the computer evaluation. You see the difference between us and them. The computer evaluation is irrelevant. For the computer, there's no difference between g3 and thing, but he's still thinking what is the best setup to pose problems and all. Very impressive. And then 8. So I think in a way Jan had many opportunities, but he blew it. But I think he would not have lost to anyone else in the world. And on top of that, it broke all these records.
Yeah, the longest game and...
No, this it's fantastic. Just 8 hours. This was a classic. And I think you saw not a single person who was here wanted to leave.
Yes.
All the spectators who were here at 10, nobody could leave after 10 o'clock. They all stayed. They watched the whole game and went at 12:30 because this was such drama.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game. And when he lost this game, Jan, he was in a very difficult situation now, like yesterday, where he had to decide whether this was the game to fight and, try for a win, or to just go for his anti-martial and maybe be solid. It some way reminded me of your match with Gelfand when you had lost a game, and then next game immediately you struck back by playing such a dangerous opening like this knight e2, knight c3, and watching a world championship at close quarters, I now realize what a brave decision you took back then, because for Jan to change his opening right now is not an easy thing. He just continues.
Yes, but on the other hand, Boris's openings, they were tough, but they were not this solid. So Magnus is also playing the anti-martial, and that's a tough opening to break down. Whereas with Boris, I knew I could choose between the Grunfeld and the Sicilian. That's still a very pleasant choice. So but I mentioned this in my book as well. I saw my team, they had spent the whole night working, and after that I did not feel I had the right to play something solid. So I just said, I will go and use whatever preparation I have, and that's it. You'll find out. And luckily Boris blundered, and I got back into the match. Otherwise, it's a very unpleasant situation to be in, because in another way, I was in the same situation, because I was not getting many opportunities, and Jan and Magnus are not getting many opportunities either. It's harder in a close match. Whereas in Stopalov, we were getting chances. Both of us were getting chances, because the nature of the play was different. But anyway.
So you think that Jan needs to change his opening with White if he has to strike, because this anti-Marshall Magnus looks very solid, right, with 1e4?
I don't know what to suggest, because it's easy to say you should try something else, but what? When you get down to specifics,
c4
no, but when you get down to specifics and assume that your opponent has probably looked at other things as well, then just this idea to switch is not that easy. You want to switch into something where you think you can. That's will be quite hard to find. But what is true is that Jan's current strategy cannot last. Maybe he can even do it in game 9, but then at some point he'll have to do something else, because he's out of options. I mean, he can try to get something with the Marshall, but you can see that Magnus was only getting slightly worse positions and nothing much is happening.
And Magnus having a lead of 1 point with White, do you think it creates a kind of double mind for him? Should he play aggressively, should he play naturally, or should he go like solid, or is it too early in the match still?
I think he will try hard, because he knows that it's much too early to start relaxing, and he knows how dangerous it is to start relaxing. No one has won more games against Black against opponents who try to relax early than Magnus. So there is still a lot of interest in the match. Things can still happen and go wrong, but it's hard, of course. Now I think it will not be so easy to beat Magnus.
And finally, Vishy, you have also been teaching on the rest days here to young kids at the FIDE Chessable Academy. How was your experience?
It was nice. I think it was a good group of kids, and you could always think that for them it will be a special memory. The one in the hotel was a nice session, but then the one in the venue where they could sit and see where the match happened, take photos and all, I think it will be a nice memory for them to take back. And it's funny to see Gokesh and Leon also there. But sure.
Fantastic.
It was a nice experience.
Thank you so much, Vishy, for your time, and all the best for the rest of the games for the commentary.
Yeah, thanks.